Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Milan Kohut, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced, the lessons learned, and the strategies fueling future growth. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Bilal Baytie, the founder of Cedar. Okay,
Cedar.
one more second. Is it Cedar?
Cedar, as like in the tree, the Lebanese
Yep,
tree,
yep,
cedar.
yep. Okay, I didn't clarify that one, so I'm just gonna wind it down. Okay, cool. Today I'm absolutely thrilled to be joined by Bilal Baytie, the founder of Cedar Digital Solutions, delivering AI-powered branding, social media optimization, and growth strategies tailored for SMEs in the Gulf region. His agency stands out by leveraging AI for rapid brand kits, trending content on TikTok and LinkedIn without paid ads, and scalable plans that include competitor analysis and custom workshops. With that being said, Bilal, let me officially welcome you to Founders Future.
Thank you so very much for this pretty outstanding intro, and it's my pleasure to be with you, Milan. So hopefully it's gonna be a great episode, and we're gonna have a bunch of fruitful information and fun as well for the audience.
I love it. It's a pleasure to have you here. We're going to jump right into the conversation. What I love to do with every single one of my guests is a bit of traveling back in time. So, briefly, what is it that you did before? And then what was the motivation for really starting the business?
Well, first of all, just I'm a person who started from like since I was like 10 years old, thinking about something that like I was pretty small, but I mean I was just pretty much thinking about something when I grow up I can earn money as fast as possible and try to be less effort, okay, less mental like you know hectic stuff. So for me, it was pretty much something I was thinking about when I kind of completed my high school. I pretty much like decided to have business. So when I entered the business school, I mean I was kind of confused. Should I go like management, marketing, whatsoever? And I did like a pretty I want to say standard research. And I was like about just 16 or I mean 17 or 18 years old. And I just decided to have to go with marketing because the one example I always just like remember when I was young pretty much, like I took a look about all my all stuff surrounding me, and I said, I believe every single stuff and every single object in this room needs to be to be promoted. Okay, so from that point like the inspiration and the motivation for me was like the calm thinking about the great outcome with a reasonable performance. And yep, this is what I can just say about how like what was the motivation. And then I started like the whole journey, starting from my bachelor to my MBA and now PhD, marketing, and then it just was optimized till it reached the digital marketing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, I'm pretty sure that as anybody else in the marketing sphere, the journey must have been about a lot of adjustments and pivoting and really niching down in terms of who you want to work with. And that's exactly what we're going to discuss now. In this part of the podcast, my goal is really to bring the audience close to, first of all, who it is exactly that you're trying to work with now, but also what are the core offerings that you have in place right now? What is taking the most of your focus in terms of your services?
Yeah, pretty much since I started the wave of AI, since it's pretty much early stages. I want to say since 2017 when it exposed to people, 2017. And from that point, and I was talking about niching, okay? I was just trying to, because like any industry, any stuff, there are just bunch of competitors, especially in the United States, the market, and even anywhere else. So I was just trying, how can I just differentiate myself, okay, within my industry, within my domain, to get this like like added value in whatever service I want to just provide my clients with, or whatever stuff I want to promote. And from that point, I started with AI. So the short answer would be the core stuff and the main focus is AI powered services whatsoever, as much as services I'm just trying to provide or just providing my clients with, is to provide AI great outcome by utilizing the AI and not relying on it, because there's a big difference between them.
I gotcha. I gotcha. Now, when it comes to AI powered services, obviously that's a very, very broad term.
Exactly.
So, in terms of all of those services that you're providing right now with utilizing AI as the main tool, what would you say is currently taking the most of your time and effort in terms of those services?
Oh, okay. So we should just like agree on something. Now we have hundreds and thousands of AI tools. Make sense? So, and at the very same time, we have 24 hours per day. So we need to manage utilizing AI in our services to get the best outcome. So for me, I have a bunch of time, I spend a bunch of time on if I'm looking for like a new tool, or even within the same tool, the different and the upcoming updates in it. So I always try and invest my time, part of my time, on like optimizing my skills, optimizing my services with the latest and greatest AI advancement.
I got you. Now, when it comes to your decision making in terms of who you want to work with or not, obviously there is a lot of different industries and a lot of different clients that you can help with these sort of things. So, when it really comes down to making that decision of who you're going to end up working with and who you don't want to work with, what is the thought process on that, and what are like the more specific qualifications that you're looking for in order to make that decision?
Okay, like it's also this question is a pretty much broad question. It's a great one, but to make it pretty much short, the main and the core, let's say, point, I always make sure to be as clear as possible, and to be like the foundation of anything else that I would build on is that transparency. So transparency in whatever I'm just delivering or providing or promoting. Okay, it's the key stuff that I just rely on. How, like, what do I mean by transparency? Like, for me, if I have my like proposal, and the lead or potential customer whatsoever has like his own, let's say, budget. I don't know, his like his stuff that the factors that he would just decide if he would go with me or my competitor. And as much as I'm transparent, as much as he understand what he wants, if my proposal pretty much like convince him, then we're gonna go pretty much great. If not, I would rather just be as transparent as possible and have a great connection, even if we did not have a business, but just to be as clear as possible. Because if I start my relation with this client on a transparent, clear basis, the outcome is gonna be great for me and for him, and we're gonna have a maybe long-term business relationship. But if I just think about to hook the client, to convince him to start working with me, and in the mid of the service or whatsoever, I I face the music, I want to say, which is like he doesn't like I kind of promoted the price with hidden fees or whatsoever, and he does not like this, then it's the outcome is gonna be disaster for me on financial, on communication, on all the other stuff. So simply transparency, clearness, and up to the point standards are the main and core factors that I would just go with that client or even convince him.
I love it. So it really sounds like what you're looking for the most is the alignment with you and the client, really making sure that you guys are on the same page.
Exactly, on the
Love
same
it.
page.
Now, when it comes to your industry, there is a lot of people, a lot of professionals and marketers focusing on long-term relationships, working with clients for years, doing this on a basis of monthly subscription or a retainer per se.
Oh,
But there's also a lot of people who are focusing more on the transformational type of basis, right? Where you start working with a client more in a consulting type of role, and you
mm.
basically work with them for a couple of months. You try to transform the processes, set them up for success. I'm very curious about what is your thought process on this, and which path did you actually take with your services?
Okay, thank you for this question. It's pretty great question, honestly. Retainers. This is something I love it, retainers, because my model of business pretty much focus on retainers. Retainers not as just monthly passive income, retainers as consistent and whistleblowers for my business and for my services. So for me, pretty much what I pretty much focus on is a business model which rely on my confidence in the quality about my service. So I'm pretty much confident that my service will pretty much 90%, 95% will transform to a great success for the client. Okay. From that point, I'm pretty much confident in even choosing the model that I want to, use with this client. So practically what I mean is, for example, what I pretty much kind of all times use is to provide my clients with a pretty great and and hooking offer, especially for the first 3 months. So you understand, like, the trial system we have in the United States, like free trial or like, huge discounts on the first 3 months or 1 month, like for example, Uber, DoorDash, whatsoever. So this model is pretty much convenient for clients because they're not going to pay that much. And at the same time, they're going to benefit out of the services. They're going to use it. They're going to understand it. They're going to touch it. They're going to, examine what they are promised to happen. Okay. So I pretty much rely on my service quality and at the same time on a very, very outstanding proposal, which is sometimes up to 70-80% discount for the service that it's in its original price.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, Bilal, let's talk about also the backend side of the business. Obviously, you talk about this marketing stuff with your clients all day long. I'm very curious about what this looks like for your own company. So, in terms of having a good client acquisition system in place and really having the ability to onboard new clients into your programs, into your services, what is it that you do on the front of marketing and maybe specifically generating leads for yourself to make all of this even happen in the first place?
Okay. So for me, I use something which is very, very important, and I honestly, I even like, recommend this style for my fellow founders or whatsoever, is provide your employees with flexibility. Flexibility. Okay. So what I use is I provide the flexibility to my employees or to my contractors. So I use two stuff, the flexibility and the commission basis. These two styles or these two like methods I use are pretty much at my end or pretty much successful because for me, when you provide the flexibility, and when I say flexibility, like I mean a remote opportunity, schedule that they choose, hours that they want to just like invest in within the week, like a side income whatsoever. This is number one. But at the same time, there's a very strict managing process. Okay, it's like to manage and to like track the progress of each employee. At that point, when you provide this flexibility, this comfort for the employee and his outcome are going to be outstandingly just like increase. Because if the person is just working on something he doesn't like, or he's just feeling stressful on, the outcome's not going to be great as much as possible sometimes. Number two is the commission basis. So I use a high commission percentages to all who would just like, work with me. Also in a very transparent method that they feel comfortable, they feel like, understanding what's going to happen. No scams, no like scammy stuff, or not even like, something that there's kind of like, hidden spot. At the same time, they would invest in, they're gonna just also have a very great outcome. And number three, and the last thing is like, the payment clarity, I want to say. So because the financial part is very important to generate lead, to attract more contracts whatsoever. So when you provide these three core stuff for the employee or the contractor, the outcome at my, for me, in my experience, is going to be great.
I love it. Now, in terms of those contractors and employees, I'm very curious about how you really went about this whole thing with delegation. Are you trying mainly to work with outside help and hire independent contractors, or
Mhm.
is it the idea for you to basically build internal teams for both marketing, sales, and possibly any other department?
Yes. Look, when for me, honestly, when you are starting up with a whole, let's say, agency, you will have a problem when, like, for um the money flow, okay, the financial part. So if you don't have a great capital, you're gonna have a problem with that. But since we are marketeers, and we always need to find a solution whenever there's a problem, we need to find, like, a solution to this. So if I don't have the financial capability to invest in the employees in terms of base salary, so I need to create a model that would fit my like, that would just solve the problem at my end, and would satisfy the other party as well. So I rely heavily on you can call freelancers or independent contractors. So they can work one and two and three jobs at the same time. And at the same time, they are pretty much bounded, like, they are just pretty much related to my and they are pretty much like, loyal to my business.
Gotcha. Bilal, let's talk about the future of the company. Obviously, there is a lot of goals and ambition that you have for the future. So, especially if you think about the short-term goals, maybe the next 6 to 12 months, what would you say really are the biggest goals and target revenue milestones that you have set for yourself?
Look, the short answer is increasing the revenues, like, the standard stuff, increasing the revenue, like uh um um increasing the base, the I want to say the base baseline of the clients, exposure whatsoever. But just to think out of the box, for me, in the next 12 months, I want to position myself as the number one AI powered digital marketing agency in the Middle East. Okay.
Beautiful. Now, is there anything else from this? Anything more in particular that you thought about that you know is going to happen in the upcoming months?
Definitely. I mean, this question is pretty much broad, and for me, the services, I want to say. So regarding the services, is the main goal for me. So I started with 4 services. Now I'm on the 10th services, and I'm working on 2 more services. So for me, is expanding my services will automatically expand my and increase my clients, my leads, the employees, the exposure, as long as I'm, the services I'm working on are pretty much coherent with my agency and my digital solutions, like, work. And at the same time, it's based on a great team, because the main and the first investment should be always in the team, by implementing the great system, great team, wonderful outcome. No way it's gonna be a loss in
Yeah.
that in this formula.
When you think about hitting those goals and really this kind of growth for the company in the future, out of everything, what would you say is going to be the biggest challenge to make it even happen?
Well, the biggest challenge, as I said, is implementing the system. Okay, the system. So, what do I mean by the system is uh, making the employees adapted to the system that I'm creating, because that system is based on how to increase the sales, how to generate more leads, how to manage the time, how to like distribute to distribute the let's for example the like doing calls, doing on-site visits, whatsoever. So the biggest challenge is to implement the system and make the employees adopt it in the greatest way, along with the AI powered, like, as I said, tools. And and one more thing I want to say, honestly, it's pretty important that the fast development of AI tools makes, like, a great challenge in terms of making your staff, making yourself adopt these new technologies. For example, let's talk about nano banana. Every single, let's say, couple of weeks, there's a new update. So you need to make the employees and yourself and the system and the business adopt this. You need always to be on the top of the new technologies. You need to ride the wave. Otherwise, you're gonna just, you're gonna be get behind.
Yeah, you pretty much read my mind just now by saying this. I was just about to say, it's not an easy position to be in where you find yourself. The marketing world can be very, very brutal and cruel, and especially if your focus is AI, because like you said yourself, the level of evolution and growth in terms of AI, that's ridiculous. It's not about the changes that are coming every couple of months. Now it's happening almost on a daily basis,
Yeah,
right? So
I
it,
agree.
it is definitely tough for you to stay adaptable to whatever is happening in the market and however the market is actually reacting to you as a service providers. There is a lot that goes into this. So I'm definitely going to be a big fan on your journey. But Bilal, I want to say thank you for taking the time today, sharing the story with the audience and with me. If anybody from the listeners wanted to reach out, get in touch, maybe even work with you, how to go about it?
Well, pretty much they can visit my LinkedIn personal page or the LinkedIn company page. My name is Bilal Baytie, and they can just go to my profile or Cedar Digital Solutions as the LinkedIn company page, and they can book a free consultation, always free consultation, and we would be more than happy in assisting them in any whatsoever way they would like.
Beautiful. Awesome. Now, to our listeners, if today's conversation inspired you as well, make sure to subscribe to Founders Future on your favorite platform. And also, if you're a business owner, more specifically a consultant or a coach, or you have an agency and you're trying to scale the business and really enhance both your sales and marketing efforts, also visit closers.io, get in touch with our team, and discover how exactly we scaled our company from zero to over 30 million per year in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on crushing it, and I'll see you on the next one.